Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to dive into how you can apply for the UK's Global Talent Visa in 2024. Because if you want to live and work in the UK without a sponsored job and without needing a company to sponsor you, this video is for you. If you're new, I'm Ashika and I talk about moving across the world for that job or to study, and with that, let's dive in. The UK Global Talent Visa allows highly skilled individuals to live and work in the UK without needing a job offer, and it's perfect for leaders or potential leaders in fields like science, engineering, humanities, medicine and digital technology and the arts. But how do you apply? Let's get into it. If you're wondering what makes this visa so special, here's the thing. For starters, if you're eligible for this visa, unlike other work visas that the UK offers, you don't need a sponsored job or a sponsor for this visa. Once you get this visa, you can directly move to the UK without needing a job. Secondly, this visa allows you to live in the UK for any duration, but you will have to renew your visa after 5 years. So there's no cap on how long you can live in the UK. But more importantly, with this visa, you might be eligible to apply for an ILR within 3 years of living in the UK. Most work visas require you to live in the UK for at least 5 years before you apply for an ILR, but this visa saves you on 2 years. So basically, if you land this visa, you won't need to renew your visa after 5 years because you'll either apply for an ILR after 3 or 5 years. Now, let's talk about who is eligible for the Global Talent Visa. You must be a leader or an emerging leader. To apply, you need to prove that you are a recognized leader or an emerging leader in your field. Now, this could be in academia, research, arts and culture, or digital technology. You will also need an endorsement from an approved UK body. For example, if you're in digital technology, you'll need an endorsement from TechNation. For research, there are bodies like the British Academy and the Royal Academy of Engineering. You should also be able to show a significant contribution to your field, whether it's through research, innovative projects, or awards and recognitions. Next up, let's go through the documents you'll need to submit for your application. You'll need a valid passport or other identification documents. And as I mentioned, you must get an endorsement from an approved body. This letter is crucial to your application. You'll also need to submit proof of your achievements and contributions in your field. Now, this could include publications, awards, media recognition, or references from established leaders in your industry. You'd also need a detailed CV highlighting your work experience, your skills, and your qualifications. And if applicable, you can include evidence of your past earnings or employment to strengthen your case. So, how do you actually apply? The Global Talent Visa process happens in mainly 2 stages, the endorsement and the visa application. Now, the first step is to apply for an endorsement from a designated body, and this could take up to 8 weeks to process, so remember to apply early. You can also apply online through the UK government's website. Now, once you've received your endorsement, you can move on to the visa application. This step involves submitting your personal documents, your endorsement letter, and your biometric information. The visa application itself will take about 3 weeks to process if you're outside the UK and 8 weeks if you're applying within the UK. Now, let's talk about the fees. The Global Talent Visa isn't cheap, but it is a great investment for your career in the UK. The fee to apply for your endorsement is £524, and once you're endorsed, the visa application fee is £192. So if you're applying with family members, it will be £716 for each of them as well. And don't forget about the immigration health surcharge, which is £1,035 per year of your visa per person. This gives you access to the UK's National Health Service during the duration of your stay. Now, if you're already in the UK on another visa and want to switch to the Global Talent Visa, here's how you can do it. You can switch to the Global Talent Visa if you are already in the UK on another visa, such as the Skilled Worker Visa or a Student Visa. However, you cannot switch if you're on a Visitor Visa, a short-term student visa, or a seasonal worker visa. Now, just like the standard application, you'll still need an endorsement from an approved body, even if you're already living in the UK. And the process for switching is pretty much the same. You apply for an endorsement and then you apply for the visa. The application will take around 8 weeks to process, and you'll need to stay in the UK during this time. Now, before we wrap up, here are some final tips, and they're really important, on how you can make a strong application. First off, make sure your portfolio of achievements is well organized and highlights your most significant contributions. Next up, get strong letters of recommendation from respected figures in your field, and it can make all the difference. The process takes time, so start gathering your documents and applying as early as possible. You do not want to rush this application because it can be complicated. and something I don't usually recommend, but for this particular visa, you might want to consider going through an agency because they can really help strengthen your case. But of course, there's no compulsion to do that because like with all UK visas, you can apply online directly. So that's it for today's video on how to apply for the UK's Global Talent Visa in 2024. I hope this video was helpful. Let me know in the comments below, and thank you for watching.